What is up, folks? Welcome back to another episode of our Ulm Let's Play here, where in the previous episode, the mighty Ulm has expanded once again, slowly but surely expanding here and becoming officially a greater power than France. Wow, how cool is that? I'm not so sure that's actually the case if we were to compare economies and so on, although we are very affluent ourselves. But yeah, it's pretty cool that, I mean, we're hardly Germany proper, are we? We're a lesser German state right now, and we're already more powerful than France. I would say he's much more of sort of owning the entire French region. He has much less to gain, let's put it that way, than we do by owning the rest of the German region, and let alone other territories as well. That's really exciting stuff, but less exciting, or somewhat exciting but frightening, guys, the vast bulk of the formidable coalition. The truce has come up, and for that reason, I've declared war against Anhalt, which has brought us in against him and his little ally, and I'm going to go ahead and declare reconquest here against Lubeck. As much as I'm not exactly prepared to, my troops all the way out here, to fight this war, I have to do it so that the coalition does not grow. Now, having a little bit of power projection issues, unfortunately, not keeping it up high, but we're extremely affluent, and yeah, let's get it going. We just accumulated a truce with, a group of these fools, and otherwise, I'm sure the coalition will grow anyway, so let's try to appease our allies or our diplomats in the meantime, because we're hoping, I mean, they haven't been involved in a war for some time, these two. Hopefully they've recovered any kind of economic situation they're in. That goes for Spain as well. But, if they're very low relations, perhaps they wouldn't back us up. We don't see any cruel trait, which is good. Oh, there's Habsburg here on. It's a regent. Habsburg regent. Okay, so there's no Habsburg on the Spanish throne as it happens. But yeah, they should honor our calls to arms. But I'm going to be taking some land here, so let's make sure to keep our relations up with them in the meantime. Now, there's a lot of troops, a lot of enemy troops here in these wars, and the coalition rises. Of course, the coalition could fire, guys, whilst we are engaged in these wars already. Alright, let's go ahead and try to separate some of these nations. Pretty intense and stressful stuff, but France is at 30 aggressive expansion, so keeping him out. As far as Milan and Savoy, not really. They could join as well after this war is over. This is crazy. It's pretty crazy stuff. I'm worried, honestly, guys. I was hoping that we were kind of beyond this point, but my diplomacy is weaker than I would like it to be. So I'm going to continue using these military points. We're not that far ahead, but I'm going to use this military points to try to rush this along as fast as I can. Separate some of these nations. Okay, he's finding some rebels. Surprisingly, Brandenburg is really resisting Protestantism. It seems inevitable that he will flip to Protestant, but he's really fighting it at the moment. So despite having tons of mercs, guys, we're still very wealthy. This is awesome. Not complaining about that at all. Could take Defender of the Faith for some morale. Our prestige is fairly high, guys. That's cool, a good thing. as I was struggling in the early game, the earlier parts of the game, to keep my prestige up, but it's fairly high and growing, hopefully, from these wars. A little bit, which of course gives you some morale. Also, our army tradition is fairly high, and hopefully growing as well from these wars. Alright, so we separate piece to one dude down. Let's go. Now I'm interested to see about these Italians. This is Protestant nations. Oh wow. Yep. Despite him being Protestant and fairly far away, it would give a Gris expansion with these two, enough to pull them into the coalition. That's really frightening. Really, really, really frightening. Well, perhaps let's try to keep them out just the old-fashioned way. Of course, the reconquest against Lubeck will do hardly anything for us. It's mostly that. Hardly anything negative. Okay, so let's use our Super Saiyan General here in the woods. Let's just hope we can connect here. Now, if they all pile up, will we win? Oh no! Brandenburg has a 3-5, and it's Brandenburg. Okay, never mind. We're not fighting that. He doesn't have his discipline, but he has all but everything else, guys. We've got to avoid that. General. Stack wiping Hamburg there. Okay, he's walking off. He's walking off, so we're going in. Lubeck has a terrible general. Excellent. So he'll probably walk back, and it won't take him too long, but regardless, let's try to fight this in the meantime. Yeah, he's coming in. Nice, he abandoned ship. Excellent. Alright. Well, that's gonna, needless to say, that is a victory here for us. I don't expect to struggle too badly with this war. What can I do here? I know my infantry composition is really whack in my stacks. But it's about speed. It's about speed. I'd really like to get these wars over with quickly if possible, guys. As the coalition grows more and more and more formidable. It's stressing me out. It's stressing me out big time. Jeez. Nice. Get some additional trade efficiency there. And Diplo points. Okay. I'm gonna artillery barrage that. Just spamming the artillery barrage. Thankfully our 4 here is pretty good. Soon to be 5 if our ruler does not die. Trying to aim for these two because that is one of the wars. Looks like maybe the Teutonic Order will stack wipe him there. Not quite. Teutonic Order at 11, Livonian Order at 10, and Mecklenburg at 11. They're doing a pretty good job keeping up. Alright, excellent. So this war's over, I think. Good stuff. Yeah, we don't need to separate piece everybody. If we go for Lubeck, there should be enough to take that out, so let's do it. My concern here, lads, is the aggressive expansion. So I might sit on this. When does the truce with Poland come up? 8 years' time. Okay. Now, the Teutons are giving us some claims against Poland. That's good. We might utilize that. Yeah, I might not peace out Anhalt, guys. Try to improve this the old-fashioned way. We could give them gifts or influence, but I'm a little afraid of how affluent they are. It's gonna cost a lot to improve relations like that. We'll see how I feel. I mean, that's what money's for, right? But Still. So it would be appropriate to take out Anhalt's troops, so we know that we can fully annex them. I'd like to get some nice events, like, eventually. That would be cool. Seem to get exclusively negative events lately. Let's get the war goal. And otherwise I'm done artillery barraging. Alright, we're doing just fine. It's just the coalition that's scaring the bejesus out of me. This is huge. Huge and scary. Alright, so Venice is going to join in as well. There's really not much I can do about it. Venice is going to join in. I don't really know a method of going back to war from getting a truce with him. Same goes for Lorraine, dude. Damn it. Galere is somebody who I should be fabricating on. But we don't have the diplomats available right now as it happens. Let's try to get a claim on Riga. If Lithuania would lose some more territory to some Russians, some rebels, that would be perfect, and we could vassalize him. That's something I totally would like to do going into the future. I'd really like to complete this. We need 2k ducats to get it. That inflation, though, is annoying right now. Inflation is getting up, and I don't have the admin points available to reduce it. Yeah, this war's over, though. We won the war. It's good. Nice and decisively. Alright, so do I dare check how expensive is 150? So be it. It's expensive, guys, but that's what our money's here for. They'll like that in general as well, if I want to ally these guys. Alright, still, their relations are not good enough yet. I have to keep them up. Oh man, this is madness. Ulm versus the entire world. If we take his capital, that should be enough, I suppose. I kind of think, I mean, it's a huge number of troops, guys, but I kind of think if that fires, we'd be okay, right? We're really strong. I'm sitting all together. We're really strong. If he attacks us, we'll just stay consolidated. Got allies that would back us up. I don't see why they wouldn't back us up. And yeah, we just stick together, win battles. Our armies are fairly strong right now. We've got good generals. This area was stated up. Nice, so that's worth a decent amount for us. We could do institution spread. Most of these are weak. We're not doing that much converting, so yeah, they're pretty much all weak for us. I don't have some naval stuff going on. We're going to go institution spread speed to help accept the printing press ASAP, but that's 7 years away. Alright, let's go ahead and take this for Mecklenburg. Accumulating a nice big truce there with Many nations. Excellent. Kept all of those nations out of the coalition, right? That was the plan. And it worked just fine. Now, let's check. See, there's no Milan and Savoy because our relations are up. Whew, boy. Let's do it. Alright, we've got positive relations with each of these nations. Right. Getting there with humanist ideas, although it seems to be taking forever as they core up provinces as well. And I'd really like to state up some of these provinces, like Northern Saxony. Mittelmark needs to be stated up. And Upper Rhine. All of these are adequate. Yeah. All of them are adequate. So, I want to be... Actually, I hate to do it, guys, because my diplomat's going to be gone forever. But... begin integrating the Teutonic Order. Now, our diplomatic reputation is fairly good. We're overextended right now, but it's fairly good. We're going to be operating on one diplomat, which is going to be really, really, really rough. Because I need claim against Glare so that when our truce comes up, we can attack him. And that will actually pull Lorraine out of the coalition, or anybody he allies when Lorraine joins the coalition. They're like one of the few nations that I can actually attack in 2 years. Now, we could go to war against Novgorod. And this is probably something we want to do before he makes some allies. I want to check my combat width really quickly. 27. Okay, so this composition is actually pretty good. It's slightly large, but if we join both stacks together, we're over the combat width. So let's go for size 20 for now. And what I'm going to begin to do is kind of try to start a third stack up and running as we expand in power. We're so stable. That's awesome. I really love the fact that we're so stable. We could do with some more forts. Now, these forts have good locations, but it's going to be a while before I get that. I might have to be content with what we've got right now. If we built a fort in the woods here, that would be... or here. That would be quite appropriate if this coalition was to trigger. I think we'd survive if it triggers regardless, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm more worried about relations. Relations should be improving with Austria and Bohemia as things taper off. Look at that, 18.5. 20 ducats a month despite having so many mercs and maintaining my troops. That's what I want to see, man. Hoping we get... No, that's not what I'm hoping. There's my second best general gone. I was hoping that we get traits improved by drilling these guys, is what I was about to say. Like, we're paying for it. So we have access issues, but I want to go for Novgorod, guys. I do. Go for that reconquest. I think what we can do is go out and walk into Hungary. Most nations hate us, but we should be able to walk out into Hungary if we take access. And then declare the war, we'll become exiled, and then walk up here. Otherwise, at the moment, I'm trying to accumulate 2k to complete this mission here, build treasury. And then building manufactories at a later date would be nice, a really nice reward there. Okay. Relations are improving with these nations as well in the meantime, as long as we don't get Greece expansion. Just by the Greece expansion tapering off, so that's perfect. That's what I want to see. Integrating the Teutonic Order. Oh, Prussia. Cool. Integrating Prussia fairly quickly here. Local trade power, goods produced. Würzburg. Is it just the one province? It is. Goods produced, on this wine. It's really not going to do anything for us. Who cares? Yeah. Coalition grows. So I think one of these guys is Catholic and he was in the trade league. Right? He was in somebody's trade league because it just said he left trade league. That's interesting. Flanders was the one nation that Burgundy had in the Union. He's lost that as well. Now Holland has exploration ideas. Interesting. So he's colonizing. Sure, let's tick up for -5 so that our morale is not caught off guard. We've ticked up. Alrighty, we need Cologne to form Germany, and it's the more valuable province, so let's go ahead and claim that one. As much as I'd like to claim both, we have no bloody diplomats, so here we go. I hope this works. We don't need all our stacks. In fact, one stack would probably do the trick. Just fine. It's just Novgorod. He's got no allies. That's what I'm trying to declare on. Next, just double check the relations because we're so low with all of these. It's scaring me. So I suspect, guys, that Venice will join and Lorraine will join. It might trigger. It might, in fact, trigger. Last time, Denmark, all of Scandinavia was on our side, if you guys recall. It is not the case this time, if the coalition triggers. But we are much more powerful in our own right. Now, I should be exiled. Right? Thank you. Didn't work last time when I was in my allied territory, which is not what I expected. Alright, now while we fight this war, we're about to free up a relation slot, by the way, guys, so that I'm actually thinking Lithuania, vassalize Lithuania and feed them, if we are given the opportunity. But otherwise, I don't know. Maybe we could pull somebody as an ally, maybe one of the Italians. So truce with Denmark. It comes up in 4 years. Forgive me if my commentary is not so on point, guys. I'm nervous. it's pretty. I don't want to make mistakes, you know. That's all it is. Now, I really like the fact that we have Prussia on our side, guys, and he actually has Prussian traditions now. So this guy's a little bit of a beast. It's almost a shame to integrate him. Somebody suggested that I form Prussia in order to change my government type, and I'll tell you what, that is really tempting. Really tempting, because of course we will get not only the Prussian traditions, but the Prussian government type. However, it would come at a cost. I would need to flip. You know, you can only do it if you're Saxon, Pomeranian, or Prussian. So the obvious choice is Saxon because it's the largest culture, but that's the issue I'm talking about. It needs to be 50% of your stated territory. Now, we're way over it. If we had all of Saxony here, it's only a small fraction. So it would seriously come as a cost to do that, guys. A serious cost. It would be a real setback. And would it be worth it? I honestly don't know. Obviously, those traditions and also the government type are just amazing. But I'm actually going to be sticking with the German ideas because this relation slot is going to be key to me achieving the ultimate goal. So it's a shame. It's a shame that Prussia's going to be gone here. He existed, and he's not going to exist. I'm not happy about that. I'd love somehow to unite somehow with our Prussian brothers. Perhaps I shouldn't be integrating him. Yeah, there we go. Venice is in the coalition. Maybe I should be integrating somebody else. I checked Mecklenburg, but I don't have the relations with him, and it's going to take another year. And we are going in for the Livonian Order's core, so those two were not exactly appropriate nations to be integrating at this current time. It is going to be nice, though, to actually get this land and to be able to core it up here, guys. It will increase our power. There's no doubt about that. Stated up is what I mean to say. This one in particular, these other two, we're going to begin to have some cultural issues here for the first time, some unaccepted cultures, which ultimately will not be accepted unless we, individually accept them. And that's what we are trying to avoid. Whereas the rest will have cultural unions. So this state here, Pomerania, is the only one that we will fully accept, and it might be the only one that I do actually state up. How many states do we have available right now? We only have 6. We only have 6. I might just do the one there, we'll see. Finally completing humanist ideas and getting technology cost reduction, yearly prestige. That will help us keep the prestige up. And got our policies available. Nice. So they're free, right? Alright, institution spread speed and reputation and +1 relation. Awesome. Oh, speaking of relations, I should be cancelling this. But +1 relation. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that's +1 cultural acceptance slot. You guys can see my kind of choices are very deliberate here. Max promoted cultures. The institution spread speed is just a bonus, considering printing press is right around the corner. And the reputation, our reputation is actually really high. We have 1 reputation from this, and yet another reputation from our policies, as well as influence ideas, and member of the Holy Roman Empire. Going to integrate Prussia that much faster, and in fact, when we get -3, we're still going to have decent reputation, so that's cool to see. But integrating Prussia really quickly is great, because we don't have the diplomats available right now. I didn't realize that these guys were not drilling. Oh, 3 times in a row we got military points. God dang it. Okay, 655 ruler, 60 years old though. He could die at any stage. Okay, let's get that second claim against Glare. When does the truce come up? Uh-oh, comes up this year. Yeah, we might get it. We might get it. What? When does it come up? August. Uh-oh. Stop drilling. We're not going to get it, are we? Please cancel it. No, if I cancel it, then he's going to join the coalition before... Shoot! I can't believe this happened. I'm not going to be able to declare war on him. Ah, don't do it. Please. Phew. Phew. He cancelled before he joined the coalition. I assumed that would happen. Now this will pull these two out of the coalition. Very good. Let's go. Phew. Let's go. Now, naturally, we're going to be taking Clone here, which is a really nice, valuable province. Our influence in the Rhineland increases that much more. It looks like there's a lot more money on Saxony all of a sudden than there is in Ragusa. I think if we move our merchant from Ragusa to Saxony, pull it into the Rhine, we're going to benefit more. So trade's currently at 11.63. Let's see what happens here. I should be thinking about... We're going to have 2 relation slots available, guys. I should be thinking about an ally. Is there anybody who we could ally? I suppose an Italian. Milan makes the most sense. He hates Saxony and Venice. Milan makes the most sense. He lost Mantua. Jeez, man. I guess to rebels. God dang it. So he's actually downsizing himself a bit. Look at that beautiful Prussia. Rip, feels bad, man. Manpower's getting up there, guys. That's really good and exciting. I'm trying to accumulate 2k cash to complete that mission and then get our inflation reduction going. But with that being said, I'm looking forward to hiring some cannons here, especially once we get this technology for the superior cannons. But I need cannons for my 3rd stack at the very least right now. Now, our force limit will probably drop significantly when we integrate Prussia, so it would be wise not to build too many more troops right now. Why am I blocked here? Really? This guy can go there. I mean, we're going to integrate Prussia and get his troops, so we might in fact be over the force limit. But there's only one way to find out. Now, I think that Gleer is Protestant, which is significant for our relations with Austria, Bohemia, and Milan. Alrighty. Livonian Order expanding, which is going to help out our force limit significantly. What? I guess we don't have access? It's strange how it's... Okay. Just give me access. It's just strange. Didn't look quite right to me. Oh, we're already done. So be it. So be it. So is Savoy out? Yep, they are. Nice. So we actually, prevented Gleer and Lorraine and took Dithmarschen out of the war there. The coalition is what I mean to say. This guy needs to be happy with us. He needs to be happy with us. So let's ally Milan. Cancel access. Whew, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, guys. But yeah, that's basically the coalition as it currently stands. Verdun in 2 years' time comes up. So if we attack him, this will pull out Friesland and Oldenburg. Excellent. We know where to use our diplomat in the meantime. Base tax. Okay, what have we got here? Is it tax or production? So let's check the you can check the, I don't know where it is. Trade goods. Okay, let's look at glass. Glass is just 3 clear across the board. Okay, so that's average. It's kind of good, but average. So be it. I value production. It's going to be at 3 all the time, in other words, for those of you who aren't following. So I value production. That's going to improve the influence of the burghers. Okay. This is quite costly, though. God dang it, I clicked the wrong button. Return my dude from Savoy. Alright, give it a little bit more loyalty to the nobility estate. Let's just go ahead and edit there as well. Now, the burghers, I want to remove from non-trading areas whilst they're happy with us. Like that, like Württemberg. Cool. I was trying to improve relations with Savoy, but I called that back. Let's cancel our access here, so we're under our relation slots. Excellent. And then now, yeah, diplomacy improved just a tad, and I'm thinking we're basically going to replace Prussia with the Lithuania. That's the plan. But I desperately need to improve relations with some of these guys here. We got, in 2 years, we fabricate with this guy, attack him, continuing the truce with Brandenburg, but pulling these 2 out of the coalition. So you guys can basically see the kind of a tactic that I'm trying to employ right now. And it looks like we're nice and affluent. I can't drill this guy because we're stuck out here, I'm sorry to say. So he's kind of just going to have to be stuck out here until either we integrate Prussia or the next war. Okay, Savoy looks slightly more happy. Jeez, Austria's barely happy. But I do want to make sure we have the claim prepped. So that's us. That's us. I feel like we're managing, and otherwise we're just going to take the defensive coalition if it does in fact fire. At this stage, I feel like we could manage it. There will be quite formidable numbers, but I feel like we could manage it. Don't you guys agree? This guy's really vulnerable though. With that in mind, let's get him closer. Also, we will be taking an offensive war against Denmark once again. So hopefully... That's bad. Well, rip. Denmark has very strong diplomacy all of a sudden. That's bad. Not sure what to do about that one. We might have to start fighting France soon, guys. We are apparently a greater power than both Great Britain and France. And yeah, we might have to start fighting France, step appeasing him here in the future. I suspect that, of course, Bohemia will help us in that war. Not sure if... Wow, look at that. -1 unrest. Wow. With excellent vintage. We're going to be extremely stable. We're an extremely stable nation, which is cool. Really, really cool. But yeah, this seems like an appropriate place to leave this episode, guys. I'm looking forward to integrating Prussia. A part of me is and a part of me is not. But it'll be nice to kind of expand, give ourselves some more opportunities over here to actually make claims directly. We could start going into Poland directly. We finally completed our humanist ideas, and we're going to tick up here for -10 before printing press spawns. But then, obviously, hopefully, if we just maintain this here, this focus in admin points, we can start cleaving out big chunks of land. Unfortunately, we don't have a good CB available. It all comes down to our claims. And yep, we also have another idea group on the horizon, which is probably going to go into our next military idea group, which is actually going to be quality. Because we're the furthest ahead in military tech, so we should be able to smash that out very quickly and nicely whilst remaining high and with advanced military tech. We can smash out that next idea group, so I'm looking forward to that. But that's going to be in the future. I hope you guys are enjoying as much as I am, guys. I'm really enjoying this Ulm taking over slowly but surely. And of course, we're not going to stop. We need to take all of Europe, so it's going to be a big, long one. But yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.